Hi, my friends! It's your tour guide to the sci-fi side, me, Preston E., coming to you in this video from in front of the Leaning Tower of Books. That's right, I built that bad boy myself, can you tell? And speaking of books, this particular collection of Mystery Science Theater 3000 Volume 35 is bookended by two Roger Corman movies. Ooh, that's right. Mystery Science Theater Volume 35, or as I like to affectionately call it, the Roger Corman Collection, is our focus on this video today. So without further delay, let's get on to the movies. First up, we have Teenage Caveman from Season 3. But before that prehistoric hilarity, we get the Invention Exchange. Joel and the bots give us these delightful combos. Chocolate milk and pickle juice, circus peanuts and warm strawberry quick, with a punch in the gut for good measure, and Lucky Charms with cherry NyQuil to help you get your Z's. Kinda like a Corman movie. I guess these delightful combos can be used for your enemy to prank, or if you're pregnant. Dr. F and TV's Frank give us a fight to the death on who gets to show their invention exchange. Before the movie, we get not one but two stinky shorts, the first being Aquatic Wizards. Watch in amazement as people water ski throughout Cypress Gardens in beautiful downtown Florida. And you thought all Florida had was old people, hurricanes, and drunk spring breakers. Up next is perhaps the most offensive of all MST3K shorts, called Catching Trouble, also in Florida. Watch as a studly young trapper named Ross and his sourpuss Seminole guide annoy wildcats, bear cubs, and rattlesnakes, oh my, as they capture them for the Chicago Zoo. Thrill as announcer Ted declares his love multiple times to Ross as he is turned by Ross's rough handling of the wild animals.
That's a bad limb. Hop to the next one, pussy.
Hey! Talking about the cat.
This is where my boyfriend knows his stuff.
Hey,
If
Ted,
you think
you don't have to say anything more, Ted.
fighting 35-pound wild... A shivering thrill is the slow motion of his strike. But my boyfriend knows when to sidestep.
Hey, he says he likes you as a friend, but he's not your boyfriend, okay?
Oh, Ross, got a life.
Put him... Oh, hurry up, Ross. I'll be dreaming of those cute, darling, coy, lovable little playmates of yours all night.
And the snakes, too.
Oh, maybe you should just go water skiing with the Aquatic Wizards, Tom. You need some cold water. Anyway, you two will cheer on each animal in hopes that they gang up on our so-called hero Ross and maul him. Now, on to the movie. Teenage Caveman stars Robert Vaughn in a movie that he himself considers one of the worst ever made. Since the last Corman movie, anyway. Robert Vaughn plays the titular teen caveman who questions the law of his primitive society. He goes on a journey of self-discovery and meets a young, fresh redhead named Wilma and starts working at a rock quarry along with his doof-butt buddy Barney. Wait, no, that's something else. He is shamed by the tribe and learns about their dark secret. They use animals as appliances, and you thought Ross was a jerk. I'm done. This movie, along with its two Floridian shorts, gets a 2 out of 5 SOL Dino Bones. Get it? Because it's a caveman movie. I don't know the next one. Up next, we have Being from Another Planet from Season 4. Before that, though, we get the Invention Exchange as Joe and the bots present us with the Jack Palance Impersonator Kit, our bane for you younger folks.
Choose wisely. Well, what do you think, sirs?
Don't do that!
The Mads give us one of my favorite invention exchanges with this takeoff of precious moments figurines with tragic moments.
This first one is entitled Sparky's Last Romp, and these beautiful handcrafted figurines depict little Billy's first hard lesson in life, plus what happens when a dog teases a cow way past the breaking point.
Thank you, Frank. This striking hand-painted lamp is titled By the Fire's Glow, and it depicts the tragic occurrence when you light off a Roman candle in the rumpus room.
This little beauty here is the flagship of our collection. It's entitled I'll Get It, and it depicts what should have been a really fun game of kickball gone tragically wrong.
Show your loved one that life is not all a bed of roses, because every rose indeed has its thorn, and these porcelains are downright poison. Now, on to the movie. An Egyptian sarcophagus is brought to a California college for study and display in this movie called Being from Another Planet. Fun and hijinks ensue when people take relics from the sarcophagus, and the mummy rises from the dead to get his coin back from the meddling kids and their talking dogs. Crap, wrong show again. Anyway, Tom Servo declares this is the worst movie they ever had to riff, at least since the Castle of Fu Manchu anyway. Strap in tight, Tom. Red Zone Cuba is on the way. I give this mad mummy mess of a movie a 2 out of 5 SOL bones. Up next is 12 to the Moon, along with the short Designed for Dreaming from Season 5. The short introduces us to a dancing woman from the future as she dreams of fancy cars at a car show and the kitchen of the future. And boy, does she got some flow.
Everyone says the future is strange, but I have a feeling some things won't change.
She dances around and sings to a mysterious man in a gold mask. I guess it's Zorro's flamboyant community theater-loving younger brother. The movie 12 to the Moon shows us 12 astronauts who are on a mission to the moon. What else? Along with monkeys, a dog, a cat, and a bird, and complications. A 1950s movie about space exploration? Now that's new. This movie also gives us an early prototype for Red Brown's Big McLarge Huge.
The leader of this gigantic undertaking is John Anderson of the United States, who has dedicated his life to man's conquest of space.
Heard there was a rocket around here.
Previous orbital flights have made him world famous.
Yes, I'm Captain Cliff Beefpile. Me.
He was the
This episode also introduces us to Navina, or Nutella, or whatever that nut's name is, the dancing and singing futuristic woman from Designed for Dreaming, played by Bridget Jones. Mike is actually married to Navina, aka Bridget Jones, in real life. No idea if they sing and dance with each other all the time or not, though. This movie, in short, gets a 2 out of 5 SOL bones. Or should I say, this movie sucked. We're out of luck. It made me moan for a 2 out of 3 SOL bones. How's that, Navina? And finally, we get Devstalkers and the Warriors from HE Double Hockey Sticks from Season 7. We started with Roger Borman, a.k.a. Corman, in this movie, and we will, appropriately enough, end this collection with another one of his movies. This time, Corman executive produced this stinkburger, while he directed and produced Teenage Caveman as well. In this movie, set in medieval times, an adventurer called Devstalker meets a princess who croaks. He then meets her sister, who doesn't take after her sister as she lives, The two of them team up to find a stone and defeat a villain to save the world from his evil clutches. But who can save us from this boredom? Mike Nelson puts it perfectly as he sums up the movie by calling it like playing Doom when there's no monsters or opponents. Mike also calls it one of the most ambitiously bad movies they've ever done. Good call, Mike.
Why are you staring at me?
You look like someone I knew.
Did you get off my lap?
Could have been your sister.
My sister died
I killed her for pitting out one of my blouses.
long ago.
Like most Roger Corman movies, I can barely just give this bad boy a 2 out of 5 SOL bones. Mystery Science Theater Volume 35 gets a final score of 8 out of 20 SOL bones. Well, that about does it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and please like, sub, and share. I've been Preston E. Garrison, and I'm out of here. But it's not all bad. I do have a soft place in my heart for the original Little Shop of Horrors, so thank you very much for that, Mr. Corman. And thank you for the laughs with these great Mystery Science Theater riff movies. After all, Little Shop of Horrors did introduce us to one Jack Nicholson. Go Lakers!